You don't have to turn it all the way down. Good morning, everybody. Annie Finn. Okay, I'll go back. Okay, where did we miss? Chad said, I never tied before, but watching you got me interested, so I made a thread bobbin so far. Yeah, I know quite a few people that have made little thread bobbins. It's not. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube channels out there that's got that stuff on there. So, but any fan, hi, how you doing? Chad, how you doing? Joe Buck, morning, Keith. Then you got Robin C. How you doing, Robin? Yeah. Um, just right off real quick, everybody just kind of, keep half the country in prayers. There's a lot of homeless people out there and a lot of people that just don't have adequate heating in their houses that are having a hard time right now. So, well, anyways, let's get started this morning. How y'all doing? Anybody got any plans to go fishing in the ice storm? I went fishing the other day on a heated dock, and if you on Facebook, I have Double Hook Angling Facebook group. So if you go join that, you can see that pictures of that heated dock. And guy showed up with live scope, and there was 500 to 1,000 crappie down there, and not a single one. They maybe one or two might go like this and look, and then they just set right back into the school with the jig. Any place slowly rising it. What if they moved? You'd kind of anything. They wouldn't do nothing. So they were locked jawed. That storm. We left because there started to get about an eighth of an inch of ice on the windows. So we was like, we were out of here. So, and it took about 2.5 hours to get home and only took 2 hours to get there. So that should tell you a little something. I just reading chat there. I got it to where I can kind of see it a little bit better. But still, I wonder if turning that light on would help. You guys like seeing that screen in my eyeballs? Ooh, that's really bright. That's a little better. I guess you're going to have to see that screen in my eyeballs. But anyways, yeah. Well, we tried to put the dogs out, and the dogs looked outside and went, I don't think so. We have two little Dachshunds that are 12 and 13, I think, now. And they're just old girls. They ain't even got no teeth left, anything like that. Then we have that 8-month old, about 9-month old now, I think. She's born on Mother's Day, so however long that's been. And that Doberman pup, she's 60 plus pounds, and she seen that snow, and she just wanted to go out there and run around in it. We had to go out and grab her by the collar. Well, Gregory did. I wasn't going out in the snow. Gregory had to go out and grab her by the collar and drag her back in because she just wanted to stay out there. And it was -8 and -40-degree wind chill when she was out there and wouldn't come in. So I don't like that light in my eyeballs. Let's see if I can lower it a little bit. I want you guys to be able to see me, but me not be blinded. That's a lot better. I just turned it down. It's just one of them halo lights. Here, you see it in my eyeballs? Yeah, you live in northern Indiana, so it's probably pretty cold up there. But we, I made up a bunch of Jigs. There you go. There you go. I made up a bunch, and I mean a bunch. There's like, in this box, there's probably 400 plus now. And then I didn't do very many of that size, but you can kind of see those sizes. And that I did a video on that and the kind of powder coating the jig. It called it Birth of a Jig, from birth to adolescence. So you can go check out that video. It was an edited video. So yeah, so then you had a wet dog. Yeah, whenever we take our dog out to the pond, she just wants to romp through it and jump and do all that kind of stuff. So, but what I was going to do today was I'm just going to tie some jigs, of course, and drink coffee and chat with y'all. But I've been tying up I got some buggy colors in here. Like this is a root beer, and it is kind of hard to see, but it's this color right here. So, but this is a root beer, and I just been kind of messing around with stuff, and the root beer, it's hard to find a chenille that went really well with it, and now the piece that I had set aside I can't find. Oh, so I kept kind of going, well, what looks good with that? And if it's hard to see, but there's a few little blue flakes in this. So I decided to just go with, come on, focus camera. It's kind of, this here is, I don't remember what color it was because I threw the package away, but it is a brown, but it has blue tinsel in it. So I think it looked good. Morning, Lyle. You got up for me. I just seen that. I wasn't watching chat. I was trying to pay attention and think of what I was saying. It's too early in the morning to really think straight, you know? So, and oh, good morning, Joy. I seen go to Texas. They said it doesn't get cold. Yeah, I grew up in Texas from the time I was 9 years old. Basically, the summer from when I turned 9 to 10. I'm born in July. I don't remember about when we did. So I was about 9 or 10 until I was 14 when we moved to Kansas, or back to Kansas. And we actually moved back in the same house we moved away from when we moved away from Kansas. About the same time Lyle said that he was down there. So it would have been, let me think here. It would have been 82 to 86, 87, somewhere around in there. So a while back. Back when I actually did have red hair before it all went gray. But then I got to thinking, well, what else would be buggy besides just, this color chenille and this color head? And I thought, well, if you're going to do that, you need to do a dark tail. And then, oh, there they are. So I'm going to do just black. Be done with it. But there's going to be a little trick to this. Got to find two little feathers here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two feathers. I'm going to stack these two feathers and make sure the ends are straight. Get my eyes to working. Okay. I guess I should have locked my thread on there. But I'm using black thread. And this is 8/0. So 8/0 is like the equivalent to a 70, I think. Something like that. Okay. Make sure that line is on there tight. I got too much going on. My desk is covered with stuff. I should say my kitchen table. All right. So tie them two feathers on. And cut off one but not the other. You're going to see what I'm going to do in a minute. Okay. Now, take your little chenille. I'll catch up with chat real quick. Hey, John Boy, how you doing? Is there any way you can get up closer to the vise so we can see the jig? Okay. I am technically, this whole computer internet stuff, I'm like really hard. So I'll keep going like this. I thought about doing a switch screen and using my phone, but I don't, or two screens and using my phone, but I don't know how to do all that stuff, and I need to learn, but I can't figure it out. I'm an idiot. So anyway, I'll try to do it this way. So you can see that I got the two feathers tied on there, and they're just barely sticking back past the hook. And then I left that one feather. I'll keep going back and forth just so you can see real quick. On my edited videos, I got a little side screen that makes it really easy. So, but I'll show you each step. So just be patient with me here real quick. You tie that chenille on there, and then bring your thread back up behind your head and wrap your chenille. And if you have a rotary vise, you can turn it, but I just find this easier for me. So, and go like that. And then you're going to lock that in, but you're going to got to be mindful of your feather. Keep your feather out of the way. Now I'll show you again. I'm going to trim this off, and then I'll show you again what we got. Morning, Dale. Morning, fishing with whiskers. Okay, so now we got that little piece of chenille tied on there. Now we're going to take this feather, and we're going to twist this feather around that head a few times, and we're going to make that all stick out. And I don't care how many times you do it what you feel like. Then you got to lock that feather in, so just be gentle. And then you're going to trim that dude off. Okay. Then you end up, I'm going to be careful because it could fall. So you end up where he's all spiky like that. Hope that, come on, camera, focus. Sorry, guys, I'm trying. So you end up where he's all spiky like that, and then you whip him off. Lyle, here, you said that you needed a magnifying glass. I think I'm needing one now. Of course, these dark colors are hard to see. So, okay. Come on, camera. Zoom in for me. I got to find the backdrop or something to make that stupid thing zoom in. All right. I know what I'm going to do. Here, I'll show you a picture of this. I'm just going to take a picture of it, and then I'll blow it. I'm a technical idiot, guys. I'm telling you, this stuff is not easy for me. Okay. There you go. So, there. That was easier to see. What kind of camera am I using? A little Logi that sets up on top of the laptop. Is like $75 or $50. I don't even remember what I paid for it now. Yeah, it gets rough, man, trying to take pictures and do all this stuff and share out everything and me, I'll sit here and I can tie up. I can literally tie probably 20 to 40 jigs an hour, depending on how hard or complicated they are. And when I'm doing this, I get like 10 or 12, maybe 15. I think got 17 or whatever. But here's what I'm going to do is morning split shots, morning Scotty B. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm trying to tie jigs and watch chat. Like we said, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. So, but anyways, well, here, I'll show you. Here's a picture for you guys. It's a little dusty because I just got it out, but this is funny. Somebody made this in 1989. It says down there. Somebody here local in town. We found it at the thrift shop. But ain't that hilarious? Little embroidery. So I think my mother-in-law gave me that. I've had that for like probably 15 years or so. I did have it hanging up one time. I'm going to put it back up. I found it in storage. That's why it's all covered with dust. But here's what I'm going to do. I still can't also figure out the whole spinny wheel thing, the giveaway. But I want to do a giveaway today. And what we're going to do is we're going to give away all these jigs that I'm tying. Everything I tie today on the show, somebody at the end of the show will win these jigs. So if you want to win these jigs, stick around. And right before we get out of here, we'll give them away. But we'll just have to, since I can't figure out the spinny wheel thing, the giveaway. I don't even know, what is it called? Just a giveaway screen or something. Since I can't figure that out, we'll just do numbers again. I got my phone, so I can get on there and say start and stop. And one of these days, I've watched videos on how to do it, but I can't. I'm a need to do it at the same time kind of guy. Yeah, the giveaway tool. I can't figure out how to do it, Lyle. Here, I'll tell you what. Anybody wants to come up here and tie with me or just chat or whatever, I'll put up a link. If not, well, y'all don't have to. Let's see. I am starting to get a little bit better at doing some of this, but some of this stuff is foreign language. You might have to be a paid member. That's true. And I ended up, I had so much trouble with my StreamYard that I ended up having to use my other email, which I wanted to anyways. I wanted to use my double hook email. So there's a link in chat if anybody wants to come up and just hang out. If not, you guys can stay in chat. That's fine. But what'd you say, Scotty B? Yeah, that's pretty darn cold. Here today, we're at 0 right now and minus 30, I think, wind chill in Kansas. But now what I got, now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, for the giveaway, we'll just do that whole spinning. We'll just eliminate the whole spinning wheel and do the numbers again. But yeah, I need to figure out how to do it. And it may be because I am not a paid member yet. I'm having some financial difficulties. It's the end of the month and it was Christmas month. So first of the month I am going to subscribe to StreamYard, but I also have to get like subscribe to this website thing to build my website. So in order to get that up and going, and I just don't have the funds right now. So I have enough money to buy a fishing rod from somebody that made me the fishing rod. Here, I got you stuck in basement. Hold on, I'm adding you. My brother Danny Stone, what you doing?
Hey, that's the best angle I can give you, man. I got the phone shoved into the heater.
Yeah, that's fine. Booger scope's what it looks like.
They got me doing just the craziest stuff at work today, man. There's only 3 of us showed up for work today. And the guy that owns the company we work with got a bunch of rent houses. And there are a lot of older people that rent from him. And they gave me a list of people that they haven't heard from. So I'm doing welfare checks today.
Oh, right on.
Basically, I go back in the back. Yep.
Go ahead.
And I may lose service in and out because we're way back up in the woods right now.
Well, you're doing a good job, so we'll forgive you.
Howdy, Danny.
Hey, how you doing?
How you
Good,
doing,
it's Robin
Robin?
C.
Yeah, we gotta make sure these older people are okay. I know one of them. She did call back in and said her water lines are frozen. I really don't know what they want me to do about that today, but we'll go check on her and see if we need to bring her some. If nothing else, I'll drive back into town and get cases of bottled water and take it out to her.
Right on.
That's awesome, Danny. John Boy's Catfishing wants to know where you get your Jigs, Chanel, and Marabou from.
The cheapest place I can find is eBay, and there's a couple guys on there that I have started buying stuff from, and when you buy so much, you get a little bit of a discount. But I just found that you can go to eBay and you can buy 5 yards of chenille for like $2.50 to $3, and you pay $4 or so for shipping. But the thing is if you buy 50 different colors of chenille or 50 different bags of chenille from him, it's still only the $4 and so. So that's kind of what I do, and I got 2 or 3 of them that I actually go to because they have just about every color I need. I do go to a Ziner's angling supplies in Wichita. I go there and buy some stuff from there too as well when I need something quick and need to get it like that day or in the next few days. I'll go there, or if I'm in there, I just you know how it is. You go inside of a store like that, you start buying stuff. You went in to spend $5 to $10 and you come out spending 200 or 300.
Good morning, Ashley Brady.
But also, I buy my molds from Ziner's just because I bought all my molds from Ziner's over the years, and when you do that, they'll work with you. But you have to let them kind of say, hey, you've bought so many, I'm going to give you 5% or whatever. And if you ask for it, they're like, no. But that should be something that's their decision, not anybody else's.
Right.
So, have you been tying with that stuff, Robin?
I have tried tying a couple things because I even dyed some feathers. They're not as pretty as others, but I'm learning. So I go slow.
Like I said before, when you tie stuff that doesn't look right to you, them fish may go, hey, that don't look right neither. We need to take that thing out. There's an easy meal right there. So I've caught many a fish on some of the ugliest, stupidest looking jigs you would ever think would even catch a fish. But you get to the point where everything's out of your box and you got to use something. So you throw whatever you got at them and you're like, well, this thing's all tore to heck. I've caught more on ones that started to, after you get to 10 to 15 crappie, sometimes they'll start just unraveling. And
right.
And even it's not that you didn't tie it right. It's just that that thread that they use in those machines and stuff just gets wore out and just comes undone. And I've I've been to where you got a chenille hanging off an inch and a half or 2 inches back and still throwing it and catching fish. So I just kept throwing.
Well, if they're biting it, heck yeah.
Yeah. Probably just thinking some kind of worm or something's hanging behind there or what. I mean, I don't know. Everybody keeps saying fish is pretty dumb, but
sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
Nope, I didn't hear what you said. I was waiting for you to say it again.
Josh is in from Carp and Catfish, Bait, Tips, Tricks, and Techniques. He says, hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I say hi to him, I say
I'm not to go try to say his name. I just go hi.
I initial his. There's quite a few of them I do. Like a lot of people don't say, they just say DHA when they say me.
So Josh wants to know if you got room for another guest. He's got a new bike that he'd like to try out.
He's got a what?
A new mic.
A new mic? Yeah.
So can you post the link again?
Yeah.
Well, I won't be on here long. I just wanted to pop in until you got some good backup, and Robin C showed up, so I'm not going to get off here right now, but I'll be jumping off here in a little bit when I get to this lady's house.
You're fine.
Okay, Danny. It's always good seeing you, brother.
You too, sis.
Are you all iced out, Danny?
Do what?
Are you all iced out?
Oh, it's bad, dude. Yeah, normally I drive 70 miles an hour on this road. I'm driving 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, the other day I went to the heated dock, and on the way home, it took us a little bit while.
Yeah, it was. The last time I checked the temperature, it was -3 with a wind chill of 20, -20.
Pretty cold.
John Boyce Catfishing says, I tied my first 2 rigs yesterday, but the jig heads I got are for rubber tubes.
That's fine. You can paint and tie them. It don't matter what the head looks like. Sometimes people will get those long ones that are for the rubber tubes, and you can paint those up too. You just make a little different fly, a little bit different jig or whatever you want to call it.
Wow, look at that snow Danny got.
I know some guys that use them little banana ice jigs and then tie feathers on the back of them. So
Keith Reed is in the house. Hi, Doc. And Pond Hopper joined us. Says good morning.
Morning, Doc. Morning, Pond Hopper. That's probably Rex.
You said Rex?
Yeah, Rex is Pond Hopper.
It says, it's bone chilling here with the wind chill of pain. Isn't that the truth? Couldn't you still use the jig heads that are for the rubber tubes? Couldn't you still use that with?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is
string?
you get some of those jig heads that are real long and skinny that's supposed to slide in the rubber tube where the eye pops out. You can paint those up and use them too. It doesn't matter. You can just do this kind of same style where you just get a little tail feather and then whip the feather around it. I forgot what color I was tying there for a second.
You going with another brown?
This is called watermelon, so it's kind of an olivey green. I know it's hard.
Oh,
to
okay.
see.
I saw it.
But it's kind of I'd actually say it's almost a army green. That just old, 1950s military type green. And it's got a little bit of a shine to it. It's not flat, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm just using the black hackle 2 feathers for the tail, leaving one uncut and wrapping it for the collar after I put the chenille on.
I really like that collar you did on that last one. That looks really good.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, every jig for the people that came in just recently, every jig that I tie today, at the end of the show, I'm going to give them away. And there again, we're going to do the whole numbers thing like what I've done before. Pick a number between such and such. We'll probably do a number between 1 and 250 or something.
There you go.
The closest to it without going over will win. We've kind of done this before. It's just I cannot figure out that stupid spinny wheel, the giveaway wheel, whatever it is.
The giveaway tool.
Giveaway tool. So, like when it comes to the internet, I'm kind of ignorant, and the bad thing is I don't have, I just trying to do stuff anymore in today's society is nuts. You got to have a credit card. Well, I had to go get an actual card just so I can, get membership to stuff. And they don't want your routing number and bank number no more. They want a credit card number.
Right.
And I'm
Palmetto Cat came in the house, so Kevin's watching you tie some jigs.
Hey, Palmetto. Yeah, I don't live with, we had credit cards before and it just gets you in trouble. And then when the wheelchair happened, I just couldn't afford life anymore and I had credit debt. Well, since then, I just stay away from that stuff. Well, now, because I want to do my whole website and everything, in order to have a website, you got to pay a membership each month and stuff. So I had to get a credit card to do that stuff. So that's why I'm behind on doing my website. I didn't know you had to have all that. That's why I'm saying I'm an idiot when it comes to the internet.
You're learning. You're not an idiot. You're learning.
I wasn't paying attention and I just pulled that dude.
Astroham is in the house, says hello all. And Pond Hopper has a question for you, Dave.
I got mad, so I threw that one away. That one don't count. I broke my thread on it and I pulled half of the. Oh, here you go. Wait a minute, I got somebody in basement.
Probably
Yo,
Josh.
what's
Hey,
up,
Josh.
guys? What's
Sorry,
going on, guys?
I was in the basement there for a minute, I think.
Oh, I literally just popped in. Is my mic working?
Yeah, it works just fine.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I wanted to try it out. And thank you for letting me hop in and try it out. Looks like Danny's in a blizzard there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like outside here, but I'm hiding in the house.
Yeah.
Well, this is supposed to be a road going to this elderly lady's house, and you're finding pieces of the road here and there, but that's it.
Well,
Wow.
as long as you can tell where it's at.
Well, I got these 2 young guys that work with me. They're in the truck in front of me, and I figured I'd let them blaze the trail for me.
Hey, Astro. Hey, Chad. What's the temperature at where you're at, Danny? I know it's negative 35 here with wind chill.
It's a -3 with a wind chill of -20.
Okay. I think it's negative 12 straight up here and then negative 35 with wind chill in Indiana right now.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can see these snow drifts on the side of the road, but some of them are like 4.5 foot deep.
Hey, Fishing Fever, how you doing?
Pond Hopper wanted to know which one you were using, Double Hook.
What's that? Which one I was using on what?
Let me go back to see which one you were using. I think it was the jig.
Which jig? The jig I'm using is a 1/64th with a size 10 hook, and it has that army green painted head.
Catfish Viking would like to come in also if you could repost the stream.
Okay. I wonder if I can just hit that again.
I see Palmetto Cat says no snow here, but 20-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, we had about 2.5 inches of snow It got down to -8 with -40-degree wind chill was our coldest. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody had a sweater on.
Pond Hopper
Yeah.
TV asks, which prize wheel? It's the StreamYard giveaway tool.
Yeah, I
Pond
think
Hopper
I
said,
have to be a. I think I have to be a member, like what Lyle said.
Pond Hopper TV said he can send you a much easier one to use.
Hey, hold on a minute, Palmetto. You need to go jump in the water for saying that it's 48.
I know he was complaining about 20-degree or 20-mile-per-hour winds. That's I
I live
would
in
kill for that
Kansas.
right
20
now.
mile an hour winds is like, oh, hey, the Barbara get a little further.
I don't have my phone, but I think it said we have 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts right now. So
Yeah, I don't know what I know it's pretty bad out, but yesterday
yeah,
was way worse.
yeah,
Yesterday
you
we
guys are
lost.
getting it.
Everybody was losing power. I'm lucky that I live in the city of Kingman. They have their own power plant. So all they did was fire up this extra generator when the grid around us went off, because we do get power from off, the grid. But
Yeah.
they supplement with our diesel generators.
Pond Hopper says
Double
20-mile-an-hour winds in Wichita is just like a breeze.
Yeah.
exactly. Double Hook, were you talking about trying to do a giveaway with the StreamYard tool? Is that what you
Yeah.
guys were talking about a minute
I
ago?
think you got to be subscribed or something, don't you? To
No,
StreamYard?
it's just a because I'm not like a paid StreamYard user or anything myself. It's just a tool that you can find on the internet. I could probably post a link to it in the chat if you wanted to take a. Well, I don't know that I'm a moderator. Robin, are you a moderator? You could probably
I
post
am,
a
but
link
you
in the
could do
chat.
it instead of posting it in the regular chat, do it in the private chat.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, let
Well, I
me.
don't know how to even do like the. Somebody said, do you have to do a split screen or something? Or
Yeah, are you on a phone right now?
well, no, the computer's running this, and then I got the
Okay.
phone in my hand.
Yeah, if
Uh,
you want to do a split screen on the to pull up the StreamYard tool, you see where it says present down at the bottom on your computer that you're streaming from?
Give him 1 second
hold on
because
a
he's
minute.
looking at his phone.
I'm trying to figure out how to get in here just to see.
If you're trying to find your stream right now, Dave,
Yeah.
just go under your library. And then it'll show your. Do you see it?
I went into the library, but
Hold on, let me get you there.
see, I got.
I'm going to my library real quick here so I can show you how to do it. So
Your
then it goes
videos
to
live.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop down off here because we arrived at this lady's house and we're gonna run do a welfare check on her.
hit your
And
history
and
under
I'll
your
hop down off
library.
here because sometimes these don't go so good, and I don't want to be live if it does. So I'll
Okay.
be in chat.
All right, Danny.
All right,
Take
I'm
care.
gonna run
Be
and check
safe.
on her, and I'll let you guys know if she's okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Now do what,
Go to
Robin?
your history under your library,
Yeah, I'm in history.
and then it says today, and you'll see your actual stream.
It's not showing it.
Should be at the very top. Just put Jigs in at the search, watch history. Do you see that up at the top of your phone with the magnifying glass?
Yeah, See, I told you I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Because the last one I'm seeing is the one I did yesterday, or the one I did 4 days ago.
Okay. Go up to your magnifying glass again and just put in double hook angling, or just put double, and it should pop up double hook angling for you. You basically want to go to your page. Click on your icon.
Yeah, I found it.
There you go.
All right. Okay, hold on a minute.
Now turn your volume down on that one.
Yeah, I did. That way
Okay.
you don't get an echo.
There you go. Sorry, I'm not being bossy. I'm just trying to help.
Nope, you do. You're fine. Okay.
Robin, what's the weather like where you're at? You probably got it worse than all of us.
Actually, it's not too bad. The dogs hate it, except for, of course, Dasher. He wants to go in the pond.
That's not frozen?
Oh, Vikings in the basement, double hook.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Double Hook, I appreciate you letting me come in and try the mic out. I did share you out on a couple of Facebook pages of mine, so maybe that'd help out. But I do appreciate it, brother. I'll hop off here and I'll hang out in the chat with you guys. All right?
You might want to.
I think I just made you a mod.
Okay.
If
And
I did.
Robin, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely keep the riffraff out if I can anyway. So. But thank you for letting me come in.
The main thing is I don't pay much attention to chat. So when if any of that heart crap pops up,
yeah,
or if somebody starts, being,
I've been getting that a lot lately.
Well,
that's when you know you're doing good, when you get the sex chat bots popping in there. So.
It's normally like 4 hours into my live streams where they start coming in. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. You guys can block those words if you go to your settings in YouTube. You can block certain words too. So if you see like date, you could block date maybe because that's what it says in their thing, and it kind of keeps them out as well. So it won't post their comments. But I'll be in the chat, guys.
Have issues with them.
Yeah, I feel you. I'll be in the chat, guys. Thank you for letting me come in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Have a great
day. Be safe.
How many jigs you done tied up this morning?
This is only my fourth one because I've been sitting here BSing.
No, it's your second one. Your first one was really good.
No, this is my fourth because I did 2 root beer colored ones. So there you go. There's 3 right there.
I still need to order some from you for to try out for crappie around here. See how well they work.
Well, if anybody wants any, if anybody does want anything, just doublehookanglin@gmail.com for now.
Palmetto Cat said, Kevin said, tonight will be the coldest South Carolina has been since 1989.
Yep. It's 1 degree here, and with the wind chill, it feels like -12. I went and got breakfast for everybody this morning, and I'm still sitting in the car in my driveway because I don't feel like getting out of the car. It's cold.
Lyle said that he's got a big list of names and stuff that he puts in his to keep those bot stuff out.
Yeah, and I have never seen any on Lyle's. Never ever.
Well, Pond Hopper, I'm conservative, so don't nobody freak out. But I will not get TikTok. I will not allow nobody. If I have friends that have TikTok, I make them leave their phones out in their vehicle because of what TikTok does. They can turn your camera on. They can turn your mic on at any time without you even knowing it. If you signed up for TikTok, you signed up for permission for them to do all that stuff. So there ain't no way I'm doing TikTok. But if the government has their way, TikTok will be banned in the United States. It is banned in other countries. And what's funny is in China, where the TikTok is from, they will only show on their TikTok to their kids and stuff. They show educational stuff, things like that. There is none of this, stuff like what we have now. And it's all about, TikTok is mostly about downgrading people, in my opinion. Now, it's great for certain things. If you're into the TikTok and you want to do your whole, get your name out, get your word out and all that on fishing and stuff like that, that's fine and dandy, but that's on you, and you agreed to allow them, and it says in their terms what they do. You give them permission to see every keystroke you make, even if you're not using their app. That means when you're typing your grocery list, telling your girlfriend's love stories, whatever. So not me.
I don't
Sorry.
have TikTok.
Sorry, that's my rant on TikTok.
John Boyd is asking, he asked Lyle, but where's a good place to get jig heads for tying?
I'll sell you jig heads.
There
I'll
you go,
sell you
John
just
Boyd.
jig head. You want unpainted lead jig heads, they're 25 cents a piece. If you want them painted, they're 40. But that's nothing on them. That's just the hook, the head, and the paint. And then if it gets above too big of sizes, then it goes up, of course. But that'll be like 16th and under size.
My neighbor's over here revving up his truck to probably around like 6,000 RPMs, trying to get it to warm up faster.
Is it a Ford?
It's a Dodge.
Oh, well. They're a little cold-blooded. I had a Ford that only lasted me about 4 months before it blew up. Now, I had a couple Mercuries that lasted me a long time, but they were like 70s Mercuries, like Cougars and stuff. I had a 78 Cougar with 351 in it that, from the factory is like 140 horsepower, but by the time we were done with it, it was quite a bit more than that.
Danny's turning into a cowboy.
My Ford's broke down right now. My Fiesta, the one I use to haul the kayak and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I ended up warping the head on it.
What did you say, Robin?
Danny Stone says the elderly lady is fine, but she wants me to drive the back 40 and check on her cows. Crap.
Don't get stuck out there.
Now he's got to be a cowboy.
Huh.
Hopefully Danny brought his cowboy hat. He gonna need it today.
Well, I just want to say real quick, I appreciate all you guys coming up, and even y'all coming into chat. I've only had a few people up from time to time. It just I know people are busy and nobody, sometimes you just can't go up, but it's a lot funner when you got somebody up here and that's actually talking back instead of just reading chat the whole time.
Catfish Weekly says Jason's Tackle, Jason Brummel on eBay. He lives near me. Tell him I sent you. I have ordered as many as 5,000 from him and get them in 3 days.
Yeah, if you want small quantity, like 100, 200, I can handle you. But you need big quantity. You go where Lyle just said, because I can't manage that much. I mean, I don't think my back could hold out.
I've been thinking about getting some mold.
Whoops, sorry, Viking, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I've been thinking about getting some jig head molds just to cover myself for crappie season.
Yeah. Well, and they're not very expensive. You can, you can pick them up for, I think the MSRP is like $50 for a mold. But if you're like, I tell most people, if they're going to just buy one mold, get a 32nd or a 16th, whichever you're more comfortable with. Me, I'd pick a 32nd and I'd run a size 4 hook. That was like, a 32nd on a size 4 hook will work just about any time of the year, even during the winter. And during the winter, you just shorten the tail up. And that, now granted, these little 1/64ths, they work really great this time of year when you tie them where they're only 3/4.
I'll be right back, guys.
Alrighty. Lyle says, then he pays a guy to powder coat them. What do you powder coat them with?
I powder coat them with powder coat. I buy powder coat from Ziner's Bass Shop, and it's made for jig heads. I think it's Do It powder, but I'm not for sure because they buy it in bulk and then they resell it in 2-ounce jugs. But I get a couple here, and when I get them, they are like this. They got little instructions on them, and then they say what they are. and you can't really judge them. Like this one here, it looks like it's a baby blue, but when you coat it out, it becomes a blue candy. So, and you just really can't tell until you actually fire them up. Like this one here, this one just looks white. But you
Yeah.
see all the little flake in that? That
Yeah.
is the glitter in there, and this one's called firecracker. So when you do it, it'll be a clear with red and blue flake in it. And
when you
I
say
made a video.
when you say you fire it up, what do you mean by fire it up?
Okay, I did make a video, an edited video that I posted yesterday on this whole process, and I called it "The Birth of a Jig: From Birth to Adolescence." So what I did was I poured a jig real quick and showed you how to do that real fast, and then I took that and snapped the head, cleaned the slag off of it, and then I heated it on a heat gun, and then I dipped it in the powder paint just real gently. And because if you press too hard, you can make that. The powder paint is basically just powdered plastic, and you put it on there, and then, but if you got to put light heat to it just to get it to stick. If you do it too hot, you can get a big glob stuck on there, and it just. But then after you lightly did, I hit it again for about a second aside, and that's all it takes to gloss it. And then I bake it in the oven at 330 is what I do. And I do it for 20 minutes. And that hardens that plastic on there like a rock. So that's kind of, but I did a video. So if you want to, and it's only like 3 or 4 minutes long. So.
And you said that's on Facebook?
No, that's on YouTube on my channel.
Okay.
I just posted
hadn't
it yesterday.
seen it yet. I don't know why I didn't get notified that you had that.
Well, I notified you.
I know. I'll have to.
Didn't you? Oh, get rid of that. Did you send me a message on where you gave me your phone number and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you did. I'm gonna have to add you in there, and so I have you on Facebook then, right? I got so many people, Robin, I can't keep track. I'm sorry, girl.
If you don't, I will, because my name in YouTube is different than my Facebook name. Okay. Here I'm Robin C, which is my real name, but in Facebook, it's my dog's name's Dusty Dingo. Okay.
No, you're fine.
So,
and I'm here. I'm Double Hook Angling, but on Facebook, I'm David Lemon.
Yeah, I'll find you. If I'm not, I'll make sure I friend request you. Well, so if you get a Dusty Dingo, it's not a stripper. It's actually me.
I'm friends with, when I get Facebook notifications, I go in there and look and make sure there's pictures and other stuff because, make sure it's not a bot.
Right.
Somebody's proofing somebody's stuff.
I'm going to jump down and chat.
You know that much.
I'm going to eat breakfast, and then I'll be back up here shortly if y'all are up. I got to run to the aquarium shop anyways and pick up saltwater stuff.
Well, I hope you're feeling better. You still sound a little bit
congested. I'm a little more. I'm still congested, but I'm not hacking up all that stuff that I was.
Good.
I'm still gargling a little bit in the lungs, but nowhere near as bad.
Well, keep getting better, bud.
Oh, yeah. I want to go fishing badly because I'm pretty sure the cats are moving right now, but I'm not risking getting sicker than back to where I was.
Right. You take care.
I will. I'll see y'all here in a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see if that one will show up.
I like that yellow one. It almost looks like a dragonfly.
There, now you can see a little bit buggier now. It's just hard to see with this stupid camera.
How many holes do you have in your finger from just putting the hook just barely underneath it?
I don't. I probably do, but I don't notice. With me being in a wheelchair, if you can see, I have leather gloves, and that stuff does not wash off. That's like, just embedded into my hand. And on camera, it looks way worse than what it actually, does when I look at my hands. On camera, it looks like my paws are just completely filth. But that's because I grab my wheels and, huh?
That's just callus from your wheel.
Yeah, yeah. Did it here? I gotta.
Yakshore Outdoors says, "Good morning, everybody. Welcome in,
Morning, Yak.
Yakshore." Chad Thomason said, "I didn't get a notice, so I wasn't the only one." Hey, Avid's in the house.
Well, if you didn't get a notice, go back and because sometimes YouTube kicks you out, or even will kick your bell note off. So go back and make sure if you want to get a notice of when I come up or when I post a video, just hit that bell for, and then make sure you hit it where it says all. I do know that much. But I'm not getting very many jigs tied today for some reason.
Oh, because I'm up here talking, chit-chat, and asking questions.
I talk with my hands too much. That's the problem.
I just talk. How bad is
So
the
how
wind?
many jigs have you tied, Robin?
Probably 10 now.
Have you used any of them yet?
No, I haven't been out fishing yet. I probably won't go until the spring because where I'm at, the ice isn't thick enough.
Yeah, where are you at?
In Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I built a little dock out at my pond, just so out at our family farm and on our farm pond. And that way, so when the ice gets, here and I can go do a little fishing off of it maybe. And at the end of it, it's only about 4 foot deep, but I've been putting plenty of structure under there. I took a hedge tree, which is a Osage orange, and those will last in the ground as fence posts for barbed wire for 50 years. So, I mean, they're really, it's a hard wood. So I cut one that had a bunch of branches on it. So I cut it off, and then I took and stuck it upside down and stuck those branches down in the mud. So
Gotcha.
now there's a bunch of stuff that the fish can swim and stuff, and it's right in the middle of my dock.
Nice.
So that'll be a good spot, especially in the spring, when they move up into 2 foot of water. I'm pretty sure I can just sit there on the dock and probably go like this because I am going to put a hay bale. I got a spot to put a hay bale up underneath there. So the bugs and all that stuff will get up in it and do their
there
thing.
You go.
And we
planted. I hear Robin C. You certainly do.
Yeah, we planted. Well, we didn't plant. I say planted. We stuck like 12 to 15 cedar trees in the water, along with some other hardwood trees that the beaver had took down. And so now we have more fish cover. And this last year we stuck 10,000 fathead minnows in there, and about 8 tons of rock. So now the fish population should rebound some, but we also took out like 15. Whoops, I'm missing a step here. We took out 1,500 bluegill the first time, and then I think like 800 or 900 later on. So we've trying to get this pond back up to when we first got the property, and the family was like 15 years ago or so. And back then the bluegill were 10, 11 inches, and the crappie were like, I mean, we were catching 3-pound crappie, and this is a small pond. I mean, this pond is literally 108 feet wide and it's about 700. It's like 6 something long. And it's 12 foot deep. But 20 years ago, the beavers took down like 20 trees around it. You can still see where the stumps are. And so you had all that fish cover, and I'm talking trees that were, some of them were 3 foot across. And so you had all that fish cover. So everything built up over the years. And then of course, all that degraded. And now it was back to a cattle pond the last 5 years or so, pretty much. Well, 3 years ago, I told the guy that leases the land, we asked him, can you not just run the cows up there? We've got Smoots Creek that runs through the property. So you have a 1/4 mile of creek running through that 138 acres. And the beaver's got a small dam, so it backs the water up, makes the water 3 foot deep, which a cow can lay in 3 foot of water and cool off. So he was like, sure. So now for the last 3 years, there's been no cows in the pond, and we put all the structure back in the pond, and we built the dock. So I'm hoping this next year it should just, be awesome. So we'll see. I mean, if most people don't know, crappie only live like 8 years or so. And a crappie can get really huge really fast. Some of the crappie that get really big, it's just because they have crappie has a voracious appetite. We have actually caught 3-pound crappie that were full of like 3-inch crappie. You know, I mean, like a dozen 3-inch crappie in the crappie. So, I mean, they'll eat just about anything if they can catch it.
Oh yeah.
And so with, you know, we're hoping we can get some 3-pounders again in the pond. If not, we've been pulling 3-pounders. Not this year, we didn't get any 3s, but the last couple of years we got some 3s that are, you know, 18, 19 inches long, 3 pounds. Those are huge crappie. And we that was out of our lease. So, but it's been a couple years. I think the biggest crappie I've caught in the last probably 3 years out there is like 17 inches and about 2.5 pounds.
Wow.
But this next spring, I'm hoping we can get out there. I just started doing lives this summer. You know, Lyle kind of got me from Catfish Nation here, and Panfish, or Catfish Weekly and Panfish Nation. He got me into doing the live type thing, you know, having me up on his Panfish Weekly show. So, I mean, great honor. And now I've been on Mark's channel, and I've been on Avid's. It just, I never thought my channel would go this far, and I'm grateful to everybody for it. Well, I switched that one up. I didn't want to do a whole green one again. I didn't really like that all green, so I did black with the sour truce.
Cool.
There, black-tailed.
So,
get it stuck out of my finger.
Danny said,
I was trying to keep up with chat too there too. So sorry.
Danny drove all over the property looking for the stupid cows because they aren't in the barn, or they weren't in the barn. The lady said, "Guess where they were? The barn."
Poor Danny.
Avid's trying to call my pup Dalton, but of course he can't read chat, so I'm safe. Because all of a sudden I'll get a message from Avid on Messenger.
Hi, Avid.
And it's a voice message. And I go to play it, and it's him whistling for either my older dog or Dalton. And, you know, I'll try to get them riled up because Dusty, my oldest one, would like go and try to go through my tablet to find them.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend that they still have an old answering machine, but they also have Alexa in their house. So guess what? I'll just go, I'll call and I'll leave a message. I'll be like, "Hey, Alexa, when the front door opens, play," and then I'll have them play something naughty. So when they unlock the front door as they come home with their security system, it starts playing that music.
That's funny.
I told him, I said, that's what you get for having a stupid, their dishwasher has internet. Like, I mean, he can be gone and go, "Oh, I forgot to run the dishwasher," and they can run the dishwasher.
Danny Stone says, "Cows in the pond are why I do my part to thin the herd. I love cheeseburgers."
Yeah. We eat more deer than we do beef, but
I wish we had deer. I want some venison so badly.
My son and my new daughter-in-law, I told them, I posted it on my Facebook, but my son got a 9-point that was a really nice 9-point. Then my daughter-in-law, I told him, I said, "Don't take nothing over 10. Well, then my daughter-in-law, she gets all excited because this buck comes walking by her at 10 yards. And then they kind of startled it a little bit because she went to move with the gun and it took off. Well, my son, he burped at it a couple times, you know, made it stop, you know, just going like that. And then it stopped and it turned, and then that was a mistake because she dropped it. But dang it, it was a 16-point buck. is a double split tine. That deer is like 320 pounds. It just, I mean, it's a monster. And I was like, if you'd have waited until next year, I could have shot it and had it on my wall. But I have only shot one buck my whole life because I'd rather have the does. But yeah,
does are tender.
At least it was my daughter-in-law that shot it and not my neighbor.
Right, right. You can fix what, Avid? He says, I can fix that, Robin, LOL. Pond Hopper Rex said, that's a heck of a deer. That sure is a heck of a deer.
Yeah, the guy that did they did a Euro mount just because I told them they should have done the Pelton mount where it just looks like a deer sitting on the wall. But they did the Euro mount because all their other mounts are done in Euro, which is just a white shiny skull with the antlers. And but they had the taxidermist do it, which is a friend of his, my son's, and did an excellent job. And even during a Euro mount, it's like a $3,500 head just because of the double split tine and the way it looks. I was like, really? I was like, I'm glad it wasn't me because I probably would have just sold it because I'm not a trophy guy. But she'll have that the rest of her life. She'll have that memory.
That's a lifetime deer.
You know, that's just like when they went and got married. I know some of y'all heard this story, but this is it's kind of a good story. When they went and got married, they decided that they were going to get married on Black Bear Pass. Well, Black Bear Pass is this gnarly mountain in Colorado, and it's got like 7 switchbacks on it, and my truck was sliding down one of them. You had to do a 7-point turnaround in my Colorado, but it's a 4-door, so in short box, but so it's fairly long. One tire hanging out over the cliff, 800 foot down. I'm going to make a video of it, but I'm still not brave enough to watch it all again. My hand still, a couple months later, I can still make a fist tight, and my hand hurts from white knuckling that steering wheel so much.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that was the scariest thing ever, and I don't want to do it again. When I go 4-wheel driving, it's on mud. But I done went up over a 12,840 foot tall mountain. I got badges on my truck, and but it ain't never going to happen again. It's like Lyle and ice fishing. He said he'll never do that, which I probably won't never ice fish except for on a dock, with a hole next to the dock.
There you go.
Here, I'll show you guys this one if you can see it. I did a little pink one with black.
I really like the pink ones.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, that's enough for the little buggy ones. So I don't want to just give away 7 jigs. I actually want to give away a few jigs. So I'm just going to tie up some regular. And these are all going to be smalls, but we'll do I'm going to do the giveaway here in about another 10 minutes or so. And then like I said, we'll just pick a number. We'll do like between 1 and 250. The closest number without going over will get these jigs.
Well, you have 20 people.
Lyle just said black works with any color.
Sure does. White does too, though, doesn't it?
Nah, to a point. I think that, if you're going to use white, to me, white goes better with pink, chartreuse, maybe blue, purple. But when you use white, either use the white tail and then 2 different colors, what different color for head and body. But if you're going to do the same head and the same body, you can do a white tail, and that looks good. But if you do any color, if you do the same color head and the same color tail, white will go with any color out there as if you use the white as the body.
Okay.
And a lot of times if you're getting a bunch of bites, this is another thing, is if you got like a really bright head and the dark body and you're getting a bunch of bites, but you're not getting hookups, they may just be biting the head. Because it's so switch the color that you're using if you're getting a bunch of bites and you're not catching nothing, and say that it's, you think that it might be the head color, switch to where the head color that you're using and getting bites off of is the tail color, and see if that helps. Because sometimes they're just at, they'll see this like dark jig, they'll see the head, and when you just got that little black, maybe like this bug's going to be black except for the head. So when you see that, they may just think that that thing is just something on the, that's all they see. It may be
Right.
dark enough. Who knows? I mean, if we all knew what crappie would think, we'd all be crappie masters. It's like the other day I was at that heated dock. We were there for 6 hours. There was, out of the dozen people that came and went, there was one fish caught. And I think the guy snagged it up underneath his mouth. Then right as we was fixing to leave, my buddy Jason that was with me, my high school buddy, he went outside and casted his spinner as far as he could, and then caught a crappie. He let it sink until it almost hit the bottom, if it didn't hit the bottom, and then just started reeling back as slow as he could, feel the blade move, and he caught a crappie. But then he came back inside and said that the 20-degree wind chill at that time wasn't worth it.
Right. And it says he's going to have to help you with that giveaway tool.
Yeah, Avid was gonna help me, and I just never made contact back. I've just gotten so busy. But here's what the rest of the jigs will kind of be, just little.
That's cute though.
I'm gonna do a couple of them.
God, that wind is blowing so hard out there.
Yeah, I need to, one of these days, Avid, since it's cold and everybody's pretty much locked in, maybe let's see, what's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we're doing our Christmas tomorrow. But maybe after that, it actually going to get warmer again. But my only plans I have this whole next week is Wednesday, so maybe we can get together, someday.
We'll get together and do a private live.
Well, that's what he said. He said he could get up here where it was just me and him seeing each other, and maybe get a couple others, just so that we can make the giveaway tool work type thing or something. I don't remember exactly what he said. Like I said, when it comes to this internet stuff, I'm just pretty much at a loss.
Avid, when you do your thing, will you invite me so I can know more about the StreamYard?
Yeah, that's what we need to do. I think we need to find a few people that actually, I mean, if Avid doesn't mind, we can find a few people that actually need help with this whole giveaway thing, and maybe we can have a little private session and
just StreamYard in itself too.
Yeah.
Learning how to put people up on the screen.
Well, I just did, when I posted that last link for Viking, I think, to come up. Or whoever, I don't even remember now. But when I posted the last link, I just remembered if I don't type nothing else in the chat, I could just hit Control V and it'll repop it back up. So that'll save me from having to go back into the invite part and capture the chat or capture the link and stuff.
Another thing that you can do is, if you want people to come up to your panel, is you can pin a comment, so it stays up top of the live chat. So anybody that wants to come up can hit that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can pin your comment. David says, I will help all. So I know retired Rick needs help with StreamYard. He's getting better, but he needs help.
That's what we need to do, is we just need to make kind of get a time where we can, and we know everybody's got a free moment or something, and see if we can figure this out. I'm tired of doing blacktails. I want something different. Let's go with yeller.
I think I'm going to get a mold for, some of the bigger hooks so I can make, what are they? The trailers for the catfish lines.
Yeah, here, I had to go buy me some more, and I'm going to tie up a bunch of bucktail stinger hooks. That's what I call them, is bucktail stinger hooks for those catfish. Okay. This is what I use.
Okay.
Okay. Now you see how big them hooks are?
Yeah.
And they're eagle claws, so they're just a cheaper hook and stuff. But when you're drifting or trolling or whatever, if they're coming up to inspect that bait and they decide they're going to take that stinger hook, they're going to get it and go off anyway. So these stinger flies, they work really well in my opinion, but I've only used them twice on my kayak, and on when I used them, I have one sitting around here somewhere that was a small one. But when I did it for myself, I did like I believe it was only a 3/0 hook, so they were fairly small, and I caught 2 channel cat. But where I was just letting the wind carry me in my kayak and just drifting the rod while I was jigging with the other one. And I caught 2 channel cat off the stinger, not on the bait. So that's what got me interested into trying to make some more. Years and years ago, there was a guy that when I lived down at Possum Kingdom Lake in Texas and I was a kid, there's a guy that used to drift and bump for catfish on that lake. And he used the stinger flies back then. They were bucktails. They were just tied on a regular hook and stuff. And that's where we learned it. But then with YouTube and everything, you see a lot of guys starting to bring that stuff back, or it's just more noticeable because it's YouTube. So, right. Morning, well, Fresno. How you doing, bud? If I didn't say hi to any of you, I'm sorry. I just, chat goes by so fast, and I'm a master BSer, so.
Yeah, and I try to catch you guys too as you come in, and sorry if I don't, because then I start thinking of another question. Because going back to the stinger flies, when you use those hooks like that, do you build your own head out of that, or do you pour a head on it?
No, I don't put any head on it. I just when I do the stingers, it is simply a just a bucktail fly. I'll do one color of bucktail and then a little bit of sparkle, some of the flashaboo or tinsel or whatever, and then I'll do another color on top. So I'll do like yellow or white, or I'll do a light yellow and dark yellow, a light pink and dark pink, a light blue and dark blue, a black and blue, or straight colors. It don't matter. Excuse me. I think it's just personal preference of what people want.
Right, right.
I'm thinking that, to me, a catfish can't see very far anyways. They go more by smell and sound. But if they going up and inspecting that bait that's moving around and thumping and all that if they get close enough to that bait, that stinger fly is going to be right there beside their head, and they just may snap at it and taste it to see and that's when you bang them. So
right.
I remember that old boy down there in Texas back in the day. He used to do it for the blue cats, and he would catch a lot of hybrid wipers and stripers back then. Back then it was mostly stripers. There were some hybrids around, but and then every once in a while you catch a gar or whatever. But he would come in with, probably 10 blue cats that were 5 pounds. And it seems like the smaller ones were the ones that hit the stinger hook, like they were too big to eat the bluegill or the green perch or the crappie or white bass, whatever they were using for bait. So that's kind of my thinking on it. And in my kayak, I'm just paddle driven, so it's not like I'm gonna do too much catfishing. I'm more, when I'm on my kayak, I'm actually kind of scared I'm going to catch something too big. It's going to make me go, into the water. I'm going to lose everything. But that's just because I have a cheap kayak, something that's not super strong. So, but I just, I want to get more into the catfishing. I mean, like I said, I started this channel more for jigs and flies and stuff and bait fish. But if you catfish, you have to bait fish. Hi, Nets. How are you? So, why not tie jigs and catfish and crappie fish and everything fish? I mean, it's a fish, it counts. So if you're out there catfishing and say you live in a state like mine where you only get, the dogs are going off, where you only get 3 poles, you may have 2 out for catfish, and then you got 1 pole that's a bait pole, or you throw for bass or bluegill or whatever. So here's a little yellowtail, sour-truce head, and pink body. I wish those would show up better.
It does show up well. You can see it.
On my computer, it don't look all that great. Oh, what to tie next? Trying to give a variety. But we need to go ahead and do a do the giveaway. So before anybody starts typing in, let me find my pen, and then I'll write down. I'm gonna write it down on this chenille card, so you'll know I ain't swapping nothing out. So we're gonna do 1 to 250, and you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the person closest without going over wins. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
So there you go. And we'll let that run for a few minutes and let everybody kind of put in their numbers. There you go. Avid's got his in. Fresno's got his in. And I'll send a couple more with those guys, just so, I mean, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'll tie up these 2. So I'll send you a dozen. So, and my new pricing is I gotta go up a little bit on my jigs, guys. So if you want to order and get the current pricing, do it now before the end of the year, because on the 1st I'm going up. It's not much. I'm just going to go up a couple dollars, but a dozen. And what I've been doing is I've been selling my jigs 10 for $12 is what I've been doing, and now I'm going to do 12 for $15.
There you go.
So it's still giving everybody a little bit of a break. It may be undercutting some people on their jigs, but if you're going to get, then when you get up to, if you're going to be like getting bigger than 1/8, if you get bigger than a 1/8, the price will go up from there. So if you're wanting like 1/4 ounce jigs or something like that, you're going to pay more just because of the cost of lead these days. But lately I've been kind of dry on people really wanting stuff. So
Avid said, send him an invoice for your hat, and I will send you my address. Oh, and Catfishing Fresno says, and I will send my address to you for that hat, Avid. So Avid said, send him an invoice. He wants to buy one of your hats.
Okay. Nah, I don't want to do black again. I started to do black.
How much do you sell your hats for, Dave?
$25 for the hat. And that's because it's this one here, the leather patch. They can cost me quite a bit. But it's $25 and then $5 for shipping. Or what did I say?
25 for your hat. And then $5 for shipping, yeah. So it'd be $30.
I've only sold one hat, so I think I actually.
Well, you're going to sell another one.
Did I sell it for 20? I think, and did I sell it for 25 and then add $5, or did I just sell it for 25 and mail to their door? I can't remember because I only sold one.
Well, I know Catfish and Crappie has his for $25.
And then plus shipping. So I just don't want to undercut myself, but I don't want to charge you guys too much. That's my problem, is I'm too dang nice.
Exactly. Yeah, don't short yourself. And George Mitchell says, "Morning, you all."
Well, the last couple hats that I shipped, I think were like just shipping a hat. I think it was like 5 something. So I'm losing. I think everybody's been charging like $7 to ship a hat, but I'm saying that, you know, if you want a hat, $30 to your door. If you want a hat,
well, I know fishing, you know, because I gave away that reel in Roger's show. That cost me almost $12 to send it, just regular UPS.
Yeah.
Or I mean, regular post office.
And I've only sold a couple shirts, and on my shirts, if you get like a 3 or 4X, or 2, I should say 2, 3, or 4X, those are higher cost, but they're also $8 shipping because it cost me $8 to ship.
Right. And Keith, NWPA Fishing, Northwest Pennsylvania Fishing, says, "Good morning, everyone."
Yeah, Lyle said the last hat he shipped was $9. See, and that's what I'm thinking is, this is stuff I got to figure out from my website, because I got it. I mean, like I said, since I only sold one hat, I really don't have. I mean, I'm thinking $25 for a hat and then $5 for shipping, because that's kind of what everybody. And I don't mean to be that way, but man, like I said, I just can't do it, man. It's hard on me.
It is.
But in my shirts, they're easy. It's $20 for up to single X, 2X and bigger, $25, and then $8 shipping for the bigger ones, $5 shipping for the little ones. I've got that figured out because I've sent a few of those off. But the hats, I guess, you know, $25, $5 for shipping. I'll just do it that way and eat it. I know, Lyle, I'm probably just doing myself wrong. I probably should.
What you got to figure out is how much your hats cost you.
Well, I won't. You're going to spend, I mean, a minimum order, you're going to spend 15 plus just to get the hats because of the leather patch ones. So, and if you buy a big order, you can get them as low. I mean, if you bought 500 hats, you could probably get them for $11, $12. But so, see, I'm not even doubling money.
No.
And the shirts, I mean, they're $10 a piece just for the shirts. And that's just for the regular sizes. The bigger ones were like 12. That's why I said, you know.
Well, yeah, and what you do is the money that you get in, because you want to make some money so you can put it into your channel to make it better as you keep growing.
Well, if I ever did make any money, then I would probably just put it back in the materials and stuff to give away. Let's Joe
Buck says, "Be nice if you could email a hat."
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could email a hat. That'd be sure.
Does everybody have their number in from 1 to 250?
Yeah, I was just fixing to ask if everybody's good yet. We'll give them about 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to get your number in. If you ain't got your number in, it's 1 to 250, closest without going over. And I wasn't even watching the numbers, so I don't know who's even close. So we'll have to go back and figure it out. So let's try. Oh, I think we're getting pretty close to about 30 seconds, don't you, Robin?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let me finish this jig here real quick. And then I'll stop the count. That way we're all kosher on that. Okay, and we'll show her off. Orange tail, greenish, dark body, and that's called disco green for the head. It's a glittery green head.
I like that head. That would go with blues and blacks and purples and everything.
Okay. Did
it came up.
I don't see it on my computer yet.
I show a stop. That was a very nice one. I like that one too,
Okay.
Lyle.
So whoever got closest to 223 without going over,
George Mitchell had 234. Oh, Chad Thomason has 222. I would think that would be Chad Thomason.
Yeah. Okay. Does everybody agree that it was Chad? I want a couple people to pop up.
And Annie Finn said Chad also. Chad says me.
Okay. Chad, do I have your... Let me see if I've got Chad.
Everybody's agreeing it's Chad.
Okay. I have Chad already. I was going to send him some stickers out on Monday because I do all my mailings out on Monday pretty much. And with this weather, I sure wasn't going to do it yesterday. But I got, I'll just throw these jigs in there with you with your stickers that you wanted.
Very nice.
And congratulations, Chad. But like I said, guys, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you being here. I did say I was going to give 12. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we'll tie one more.
Chad,
and
you got some great little jigs there.
This time I'm going to do ouch. Since you like that disco, I just kind of thought I looked in there and I got a couple of these left. This is disco orange.
Oh, wow.
Won't show up there, buddy. This is disco orange. So we'll tie one disco orange and we will make that thing all orange. And I'm talking fluorescent orange. Come on, camera. Pick up again. Oh, you silly thing.
There it is. There it is. Wait.
Did it come back yet?
No. You touched your screen just as it was clearing up. There it goes.
There it goes. I think that's clear now.
Yep. It's very clear.
Technology and me do not get along, like I keep saying. One of these days we're going to have an argument, and then I'm going to throw this laptop across the room. All right. So we're going to do this one, the orange head, orange tail. Get the tail locked on there.
Chad says he says, thank you. I will do a mail call response.
Right on. I appreciate that. And now we're going to do what they call Tiger Fire. So you see that Tiger Fire?
Yep. Eric B, hello.
I was thinking all orange, but I seen that Tiger Fire, and I think that'll be a good color for that. One of I think what we can do on next week's, what I'm going to do on my next week's live is I think we'll do chat choice. So we'll as I tie jigs, I'll show when we start. I'll show the colors that I have of jig heads, and then y'all can pick a color of body and a color tail, and we'll give those jigs away also.
That would be cool.
But that would be kind of a viewer's choice type. Whoever's in chat. Morning Eric B. Whoever, morning George, whoever I missed, I'm sorry guys, but trying to keep up. There you go. There's that one.
That would be cool. George Mitchell asked, how would it do in the canals of Yuma, Arizona?
Well, what do you got in your canals? Because anything's going. Right now, we was catching much on these small bugs.
I think anything would probably bite on those small bugs.
Yeah. In the canals of
trips, I don't think.
Because in the canals of Arizona, I'm sure you guys got bluegill and You know, well, heck, if you're high enough, I don't know about where Yuma's at. I know kind of, but if you're high enough mountainous, you might have trout and stuff. These work great for the stock trout. So
Chad said Stan gave him the inspiration for the 222 guess.
Well, the reason why I picked 223 is because there's a box of ammo sitting over there, and I just seen it. So I was like, well, there you go. There's my number. So, but hey,
asked, do you have any silver and pink?
Silver and pink. You mean pink heads? Whoops, I just dropped some. I got pink heads, and then I got silver heads. So
I don't know if he's just talking about pink heads or silver heads. I think he's asking if you have any flies that are the silver and pink.
I don't have any on hand, but I have silver head, or I have the pink head, and then I got the bases covered. I got to dig it out here. And then I got silver chenille, and of course I have pink chenille, and then I have gray feathers, which they're called shad gray, which they're close to silverish kind of. I mean, they're kind of a silvery gray. And then I have pink feathers, so I can kind of get some kind of combination going. Avid, is that who said that?
Says catfish, salmon, bluegill, carp also.
Oh yeah, any of them. Even the I have had a couple of the small juvenile carp that are about yay big suck up some of the smaller jigs.
Jimmy Lang,
especially during the spring, kind of when they're more active.
Yeah. Jimmy Lang says perch through the ice in Indiana. Love them hair rigs.
Yeah, the other day when we were fishing the ice house, the guys were using just little banana ice jigs with a piece of gulp on it, and that usually produces something pretty quick, even bluegill, and that nobody was catching nothing. It just was a total shutout. But like I said, this big front was coming through, the pressure was dropping like crazy, so it was just a near miss all the way around. George, you're near Mexico.
The Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah, I knew it was down further south. I just not for sure exactly. Perch through. Yeah, and Jimmy, we're going to find out how good, because if I am going to go, if there's ice out there in my pond when I go out there, I'm going to bust a hole off the end of that dock, and I'm going to try them. And if I'm going to try to get a video. I've been out there a couple times trying to do a video. I got some booger belly baits, which is now the only plastic I will ever use. I hate plastics.
Those gorgeous?
I'm kind of, well, I just don't like plastic. I mean, I used to use the Bobby Garlands and stuff, but once I started doing more, getting more involved in the hand ties and getting more colors and stuff, I just got to where I catch way more on my hand ties than I ever did the rubbers. But I did get a package from, I found out that it was from Lyle, from Jason, Booger Belly Baits. And they sent me them little maroony colored, I don't even know what color it was, but it's kind of a maroon with a little darker back. And those things, I went out and took them to my pond. I jigged around my dock and I didn't catch much, but the wind was out of the south, so it blows to the other end. And I just a little 1/64th silver-headed jig, like what I just showed, and one of them booger belly baits, casted it clear across with a little tiny bobber to the other side, and just let that wind push it down that other bank, and bam, I ended up catching 20 some. So
wow.
it was a great time. And that one little bait lasted through every one of those bluegill, and I've never had a rubber bait last more than 2 or 3 bluegill without getting tore up. So I'm a firm believer. I thank Lyle, and most definitely thank Jason. And I even sent Jason some. I know he ties jigs and stuff, but he
under Booger Belly Baits, right?
I sent him some anyway.
It's under Booger Belly Baits, right?
It's on Facebook. It's Booger Belly Baits. Like Booger, Boog.
Let's see if I can find it to post the link.
Yeah, if you wouldn't, I guess I could have looked. I actually got. Let's see if I pop back up on my. Yeah, and we're going to end here real quick because I got some things I need to get done today. So let's post this link for everybody. Did you get it? Did you find it, Robin?
I am. You know what? I think I'm going to post his messenger.
Well, here
link.
I got him on.
What about in Messenger? So it's easier.
Okay, so did you find him?
I'm doing it now.
Okay, because I found him too.
Did you find him?
Yeah, I have him. Now
okay.
I just got to figure out and make sure I'm doing this right. Well, I think I sent. I don't know what I sent. Let me see what it clicks onto. Yeah, it pops up with his page where you can follow him or unfollow him or what have you.
Perfect.
What I just sent up there, that link.
Thank you. That's Burger.
So, and if you guys didn't watch, trying to think, was it Jason or no? Who was Jason's? Who was on? Who was? No,
it wasn't on James Dockery.
Whose show was Jason on? Was it on Lyle's?
Was it on Lyle or was it on?
Was it on James Dockery's channel? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter if you don't. If you want to go see or Booger Belly Bates and talk, the show that was with him with Jason, it's either on Lyle's channel, which would be Panfish Nation, or it was on James Dockery's channel. So, he's been okay. Lyle just said it'd been on both of them. So, but anyways, go subscribe to Lyle at Catfish Weekly or Panfish Nation, or go subscribe to James Dockery. He said he don't care, but subscribe anyways.
Yeah, so, the Booger Belly Bait that you showed, that red one or the maroon one that you have.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. They worked awesome. But here's the thing is after we were done and I lost that bait on that log, I changed up the head color to an orange, and because that's the only other one I had with me at the time, and the bite stopped. So bluegill may be a little bit pickier. They may not have liked that fluorescent orange to that silver on that. So either that or I just picked them all off that log. So I ended up leaving 10 minutes later anyways because I got too cold. So but this is where I'm going to end it, guys. I appreciate it, Chad. I will get those out to you. I'm going to get them wrapped up and packed up and ready to go. Those will be out shortly. And everybody else, I appreciate you being here. It was fun. And we'll see y'all later. Go tie something.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes, ma'am. You have a great day, Robin.
You too. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Robin, don't leave yet. Stay on screen.
Okay.
I'm going to end the broadcast, but I want you to stay here.
Okay.